In this episode of April Animal Madness Tournament Game Day. Ooh, that's a lot of words. We dive headfirst into video conferencing technology to bring you... I've got my IT department coming in to help me. Sweet 16 recaps.
Pop, baby!
By a very narrow margin, I'm shocked to say.
There's a lot of tears I can see out the window right now. Something
Oh no.
The edge of your seat tiebreaker drama. And supposed expert analysis of the Elite 8 round.
Look at all of these amazing bird nests behind me. What do we have here?
Welcome back, everybody, to April Animal Madness. I'm Brian, and we're here to recap the Sweet 16 round of matchups. And today I'm joined by Michelle.
Hey, everybody!
And live from South Philadelphia, BQ.
BQ's back, baby.
All right, good to have you guys both on here live. So we had some matchups, and let's get right into it. In the East region, Michelle, how did the number 1 ranked Mountain Lion do?
The number 1 ranked Mountain Lion defeated the number 12 ranked Wood Turtle 40-24. Sad to see that beautiful Wood Turtle go.
And that was, I got to say, the Mountain Lion has been plowing through one opponent after another here. Almost seems unstoppable.
Yeah, the thing is, we got a lot of big animals in here, and I feel like the big animals are coming away with some big totals here, which we'll be seeing coming up here. But you can see with a whopping 40 votes compared to the Wood Turtle, the Mountain Lion just could not be stopped.
Yeah, the 12th ranked Wood Turtle made it for a 12th ranked team. Made it pretty far here, but in this case, the Big Cat won out. All right, moving on to the other game in the East region. BQ, how did the number 3 Peregrine Falcon fare?
Well, I have to say, looking at this matchup in the East region, this is truly a huge battle of the birds of prey between red-shouldered hawk and peregrine falcon. And by a very narrow margin, I'm shocked to say that the red-shouldered hawk will be advancing over the peregrine falcon here in April Animal Madness. So it was amazing to see that the red-shouldered hawk has overtaken the peregrine falcon in April Animal Madness. Even though peregrine falcons are the fastest animal in the world, red-shouldered hawks, being what they are at our nature center, are just beloved, obviously. Michelle, what do you got over there? Is that Flynn right there?
Red-shouldered hawk, baby! All the way.
Very nice.
All right, moving on to the West region. Number 1 ranked Red-Tail Hawk taking on the number 5 Pygmy Goat. And the Pygmy Goat fan club keeps it moving along. These hooligans of the barnyard pulled it out 34-28, and they are starting to seem a little unstoppable, these barnyard hooligans.
One could say, but I also might argue that some of these matchups here, it seems that the Pygmy Goat seems to be winning by a pretty narrow margin each round. So I don't know. I don't know if I would say that they're running roughshod on the bracket or not. I feel like it's too soon to tell.
All right, moving on in the West region. Michelle, how did the number 2 ranked Bald Eagle do?
Oh, our number 2 ranked Bald Eagle defeats the number 11 Mallard Duck 46-20. How about that? You know our friends at the American Eagle Foundation are pleased by that win.
Yeah, we don't have a Mallard Duck Foundation, so this is the best I could do. So sorry to see you go, buddy. Sorry, but the icon of this country moves on.
Well,
As it should.
swim safe, my friends.
All right, moving on to the South region. BQ, how did the number 1 ranked common snapping turtle do? Your pick, I believe, to win this whole tournament.
It certainly is. It is indeed my pick to go all the way. In fact, again, I don't want to brag too much. My bracket is mostly still quite intact, as you can see, with a very minimal amount of red ink on here. Very happy with how things are going here. In looking at this matchup, common snapping turtle versus barred owl, both very awesome animals. However, one of them has a hometown advantage, and I'll tell you this, that hometown advantage was worth the 1 vote that it got to beat its opponent. The common snapping turtle overtakes the barred owl 33-32 in an unbelievable tight game there. Again, any vote counts here, folks. And the common snapping turtle is moving on, and I'm very happy about that one. Even though I love owls, I'm very happy that my bracket stays intact.
Yeah, there was a lot of flurry of votes coming in for the snapping turtle in literally the last 10 minutes before that last deadline. So thought that barred owl was going to pull it out, but Sparky the snapping turtle leading the charge.
But I'll say this, with such a narrow margin between the two, it does make me nervous going into the Elite Eight as far as who's going to go all the way. Because if the common snapping turtle isn't getting big wins like the mountain lion or bald eagle, then it's certainly not a lock to get the championship.
Good
All
point.
right, moving to the other South Region game. I don't think it switched. There it goes. Moving to the other South Region game, we have the number 2 ranked, and as I keep saying, the largest animal in this tournament, the black bear, easily handled the rabbit 47-17. Any thoughts on that game, guys? That was a runaway.
Over to you, Michelle.
Well, you know, the black bear is hard to handle. The rabbit, I kind of saw this one coming. I'm not really surprised. 47-17 though. That's a good that's a pretty solid win for the black bear. I think the black bear has a good chance to go all the way. Sorry, BQ. I love the snapping turtle as well, but black bear looks like a crowd favorite.
I got to say, these big animals with big wins here. This black bear handily beating the rabbit by 30 votes is a good sign for it to go all the way.
Yeah, I agree.
I got my friend here who also happy the black bear's moving on. So I know, Michelle, you're worried about black bear coming to hibernation. How Mike Fair coming out of that early first round, and my friend's not even quiet down here. It's going to be a tough matchup, which we'll look into here between the first-ranked common snapping turtle and the second-ranked black bear. But let's move on now to the Midwest region, where the number 2 gray wolf was in a bit of a fight. Michelle?
Yeah, so the number 4, the number 2 gray wolf defeated the number 11 spotted salamander by only 5 votes. I personally love this one because I wanted the spotted salamander to win. As much as I do love the beautiful gray wolf, the spotted salamander was the last remaining amphibian, and it put up a good fight. 5 votes.
The last amphibian out of the tournament.
Yeah. By 5 votes against the beautiful gray wolf. It's a good fight for the spotted salamander. What do you guys think?
I love the spotted salamander very much. It's one of my favorite amphibians of all time. Been looking at them since I was a kid. I'm always fascinated by them. But, it's sad to see them go, but if any amphibian was going to go all the way, it was going to be them. So at least they were able to be a good representative of the amphibians going through the tournament. Hopefully better luck next year.
All right, and so now we come into the final Sweet 16 matchup. And to say that this was a buzzer beater, this is the closest match we've seen thus far in the tournament. The number 1 ranked Great Horned Owl versus the number 4 Red Fox came out of the regulation time tied 33-33. And so we deployed the tiebreaker system with the animals of the Wise Environmental Complex. And let's see how it went. Let's pull that video up now. All right, who do we have up here first, Michelle?
Well, first we've got Sparky, the common snapping turtle, and she's going to choose a winner between the red fox and the great horned owl.
All right, there we see it. And what's going to happen here? How's she going to pick between the two?
So we've got pellets that are going to drop at each of the tags on her tank, and we'll see which pellets she chooses.
All right, looks like she's already leaning towards the red fox side there. Oh, here we go. Oh!
Oh!
Let's see that in slow-mo again.
Wow. Those jaws.
Great Horned Owl is the pick for the first matchup here. Let's see it one more time. Super slow-mo, common snapping turtle, jaws at work. Yikes.
Mamma mia.
How
That's
about it?
good.
Holy
All right.
smoke.
So Great Horned Owl now has the lead 34-33. On to our next matchup here. The red pellet is the red fox. The yellow is the Great Horned Owl. And this is Casey the chinchilla. Here we go. Red fox.
Oh!
Full motion again. It is indeed red fox. Casey. All right. Who's this here, Michelle?
This is Harley, our rabbit. She'll be choosing a winner based on which blueberry she chooses, the Great Horned
All right.
Owl or the red fox.
All right.
She's eager.
Big
She's
choice
very
here.
excited.
Right now we're tied up 34-34. Out of a best of 5. Oh, freeze frame. What's she going to do?
Oh, boy.
Who's she going to pick? The red fox.
Yes!
Wow.
Red fox taking the lead 35-34. All right, so the one on the right is for the Great Horned Owl. The one on the left is for the red fox. Here we go. Let's see who George, the Southdown Sheep, is going to pick. Which cookie? All right. Red fox, Great Horned Owl. Great Horned Owl it is.
Wow. Even the buzzer beaters are buzzer beaters.
All right, so we are now tied up. And this is now out of a best of 5, the final matchup. And here we go. We got some grain, some food there, looks like, Michelle.
Yep, grain. Their favorite.
This is, we're leaving this matchup in the hands, in the hooves of the pygmy goats.
The hooligans.
Red fox on the left, Great Horned Owl on the right. Here they go.
Oh, wow. The mad dash.
The red fox.
Oh,
The red fox wins it.
Holy smokes.
Moving on to the Elite 8. Let's see from the losers locker room how the Great Horned Owl's handling this. All right, let's get the feed in there. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get in the path of that owl. It's
Oh,
looking
boy.
into my soul right now.
I think that we should have more things in society decided upon the system, by the way. I love this, with the animals picking with the winners here, you know?
All right,
You know,
so
like pizza or cheesesteaks, stocks or bonds, you know? What do you pick? I don't know. Let the animals decide.
I agree, Brian. I agree.
all right, so now let's look at the Elite 8 matchups here. We have 4 games, 1 from each region, starting in the East. The last 2 East region teams left is the #1 ranked Mountain Lion versus the #7 ranked Red Shoulder Hawk, Flynn the Red Shoulder Hawk. What are your guys' thoughts?
All right, I'll go first. I love the red-shouldered hawk. I've been hanging out with the red-shouldered hawk here at the Y for just about 2 years. They are scrappy and they are feisty. And if anyone could take down the mountain lion, I'm going for red-shouldered hawk.
Oh, there he is.
I mean, look at that beautiful detail in the tail.
That's beautiful banding on that tail. Wow.
Isn't it?
Absolutely. Woo! Love that bird. My
Me
goodness.
too.
All right, BQ, what are your thoughts?
Well, looking at this matchup, it's going to be hard to say. Here's the thing. Mountain lions, these big animals, big mammals getting big wins here, putting up big numbers here. But red-shouldered hawk has the hometown advantage. Will we be flying with Flynn, or will the mountain lion be waltzing its way through this Elite 8? I'm not totally sure. I think it's going to be a coin toss. But I think I'm going to say mountain lion, just because, again, big mammals, big wins. It's hard for me to turn my back on Flynn, though. You know, and especially turning my back on the birds of prey. I do feel a little guilty. But mountain lions, you know, there's just something about them. I don't know. Hard to say.
There may also be a small local college following for the mountain lion. somewhere up in central Pennsylvania. It's a small college, but apparently they have maybe one or two people who may be voting in favor of that Nittany Lion.
Yeah, I've heard of that place before. There's quite a few folks that seem to affiliate with that institution. That's cool. Good. Yeah.
All right, moving on to the West region, we have the second-ranked Bald Eagle versus the fifth-ranked Pygmy Goats. Back to those hooligans of the barnyard. BQ, what do you think?
Well, you know, I was putting down the Pygmy Goats earlier, which I think was a mistake, because if the Pygmy Goat does advance, then it really crushes the Bald Eagle here. I mean, the Bald Eagle, obviously being our nation's symbol, has a lot of traction, and the American Eagle Society's backing hugely supports the success of the Bald Eagle. But again, these Pygmy Goats they're unpredictable. They're loose cannons of this tournament here that I think really mess up the bracketology of what I'm used to, because they just seem to keep surprising me again and again. So I don't know. I'm going to go Bald Eagle because I'm a bird of prey guy through and through. But do not sleep on these here Pygmy Goats.
Michelle, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, you know, I kind of have some similar thoughts. And if I'm looking at the two animals and their personalities, the Pygmy Goat is a pushy, aggressive, tenacious animal, whereas the Bald Eagle, you know, they're looking for the easy advantage. They're trying to take what's presented to them. So I don't know. I think it's going to depend on how the matchup goes, right? I'm going Bald Eagle, though. I can't turn my back on a bird of prey. I'm just not able to do it.
Large followings behind both these animals, and interesting matchup. See how these votes are going to go. All right, the Midwest region. We have the Battle of the Canines. The number 2 ranked Gray Wolf versus the 4th ranked Red Fox, who just came off that buzzer beater win against a Great Horned Owl. Michelle, where do you think this game is going to go?
I'm going Red Fox, Brian. Red Fox, local favorite. You see them all the time around here. They're carrying their babies around this time of year. People are loving it. Gray Fox is gorgeous, but the Gray Fox, I don't think so. Red Fox just came off a big buzzer beater win with the Great Horned Owl, right? Yeah, Red Fox.
BQ, what are your thoughts?
It's a quagmire of quadrupedals here as we look at this matchup. And in thinking about it here, as much as I definitely would love to see a Gray Wolf myself, I also am going to be vouching for the Red Fox. I think that the Red Fox has a lot of momentum coming out of the last matchup, and I'm also a big fan of Fantastic Mr. Fox, the book. So that's my other thought as well.
Amazing. All right, on to the last region, the South region, where we have the number 1 ranked Common Snapping Turtle against the number 2 ranked Black Bear. BQ, what are your thoughts? What is going to happen in this matchup? The only matchup in these regional finals of the 1st and 2nd ranked teams.
Well, you know, it's funny. I'm going to show you my bracket, exactly what I think about this matchup here. I'm thinking that snapping, am I backwards right now?
No, you're good.
Okay. So I'm going to show you what I think of this matchup by using my bracket, because I correctly have predicted this region pretty well so far. And I think the snapping turtle is going to beat Black Bear. That is, if you can read this chicken scratch. As you can see, I got snapping turtle going all the way against the Bald Eagle right there. So that's my prediction. I'm going snapping turtle.
Did you have one of those hawks write out your bracket? One of those hawk feet? That looks.
That's where you got it from. I lent it to you.
That's chicken hawk scratch.
That's hawk scratch. Well, you know, I'll take that kind of scratch. That's quite a compliment.
All right, Michelle. Michelle, what are you thinking about this matchup? 1 versus 2 in the South. Common Snapping Turtle versus the Black Bear.
What a great matchup of 2 formidable opponents. I have to go Snapping Turtle, though. Agree. I think that was my Snapping Turtle Bald Eagle. So, Snapping Turtle all the way, almost.
All right. All right. All right. Well, folks, voting begins today and goes through this Saturday. And as you can see with these matchups, every vote counts. Get out your votes. Get your friends and family out voting. If you want to see your animal advance to the Final Four, now is the time. All right, closing thoughts. Michelle.
Woo! Everybody vote. Thank you so much for participating. So much fun.
All right, BQ, final slots.
I'm loving how everyone's getting involved with April Animal Madness. As a longtime studier of animal bracketology, I love how talking about animals and thinking about nature can bring people together. And obviously in these current times, we would love to be seeing many of these animals ourselves, but to be able to celebrate these animals this way, to have a little bit of fun, to get each other connected, and again, getting involved here. I've just been loving this tournament so much, and although I'm having such a great time wrapping all this up, I'm still really pulling for the snapping turtle. So come on, folks, get out here and vote for common snapping turtle. Let's go.
All right. All right, folks. Voting starts today and goes through Saturday. Get your family and friends out there voting to see who is going to move on to the Final Four in the April Animal Madness Tournament. Get out your votes, folks, and we'll see you next week.